Alright, so these are the NEOMAX Silvers USA coilers. I ordered 20K front and 16K rear. Just kind of talked to some people. Some people are running softer, some people are running harder. So I kind of went with what I thought would work. I can always get that spring rate changed. Cool thing is, I'm pretty sure I can get these probably revalved in a week's time. I ordered them with custom valving for the spring rate and the custom spring rate on a Wednesday and got them on the next Monday, and that's insane. So quality wise, pretty good. Obviously most coilovers are around the same, but for the price point you can't beat these, to be honest. They are digressive valved, so that's pretty awesome too. But like heavy duty collars, it's got the coated threads, so it won't corrode as easily. 24-way adjustable damping. But yeah, I've already changed the bushings in the lower arms with the Figs Super Pro ones. It was a huge pain in the butt, so I didn't really videotape that. I've already actually got the other side, the coilovers on. I haven't adjusted any of the height and all that stuff yet. Just kind of threw them on, and the rear arms on the other side are done, not on this side. But I'm also changing the upper control arm with just an OEM one for now. I don't think I really need the camber adjustment, and some of the ones that are out there other than like the Serial 9 ones, they're just kind of scary. With the angle kit that I'll be running, it'll be adding 3 degrees of camber anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. But front end's actually pretty simple. Back end of the car, rear, is pretty tough with all the control arms and trying to get everything going together. But the install on these are fairly simple, and changing out the upper arms is like nothing. You have to actually take it off anyway to get the coilover out. So this process, that's why I waited to do the upper arms until I got these. But I'm pretty excited. Like I said, quality's good, and I'm gonna get started. Well, it started raining, of course, but actually, I think that it took like 20-25 minutes, not too bad. All I have to do is torque the lower bolt on this, and I'm done. But if you look, if I can get in there, they also come with, I'm pretty sure it's like meant for a brake line, but since these don't have the brake line attached to the shock itself, or shock body, I use it for the ABS line. I might be doing away with ABS in the future, so it won't matter anyway, but for now I made it work. Otherwise, you can see looks good in there, but I just did the upper arm. You can see there's new bushing and everything, and the Figs ones in the lower arms. But almost done that. We'll wrap this one up and then go to the back. Alright, so moving on to the rear of the car. I not only am doing the Silvers coilovers, but I picked up adjustable arms for the rear of the car. These are KDF or KFD Tuning. They're out of Russia, of all places. Pretty beefy stuff. I've heard good things about them for what they are. They're nothing crazy. They do use urethane bushings instead of rod ends, and in the past I've used a lot of rod end stuff, and street use and heavy abuse, they end up getting a lot of play pretty quick. As of right now, for this car's goals, I think these are going to be fine. If by chance they aren't in the future, I will change them out. It's not a big deal. For the price, you cannot beat these, to be honest. Relatively cheap compared to other things. But I got the rear traction arm, which you see here, rear toe control arm, and rear lower arm, which I can try and zero out the rear camber. For drifting, you want best tire wear, first of all, and for grip, you don't want a lot of camber. You realize you're just going to burn the inside of the tire. You're not getting all the use. It's different than road racing with rollover and different things like that. I'll be able to adjust it, fine tune it, along with the dampening and everything. I'm not changing the upper arms on this. They seem to be in good condition, and they're ridiculously expensive. If I find like I need them later on, I'll replace them later on. But again, trying to keep this somewhat budget build. I want it to be reliable, I want it to be easy to work on, and that's the goal. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on the rear arms. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain when you're redoing all the arms and trying to adjust it. I'm gonna have to obviously do kind of an eyeball alignment. I have like toe plates and some camber stuff. I can get it pretty close, and then I'm gonna go get it fine-tuned. But I'm gonna get started. Yep. Got some bonus footage. I decided to run up to OSW. There was some, I think it was just actually like a private day or something. Just went and got some footage, trying to get some inspiration, I guess, to get this car done. But yeah, here's some clips. And after this, I'll give you guys a driving review of the new suspension, the Silvers coilovers, and the KDF arms. But anyway, enjoy. month I've been on at Disney has been a lot of overnights and stuff, so my hours are all over the place. I still have other jobs going on in the day. I'm actually going in a few hours. But anyway, as usual, crazy busy. But got all the suspension arms in, the KFD, KDF tuning, whatever it is, I would never remember. And the Silver's custom spring rate and valve NEOMAX coilovers. And right now I'll just have the dampening set kind of in mid-range. That I'll dial in later. But that just kind of gives me a good idea. I'm actually going down my driveway, which is not paved. It's not bad because it's grass, and now I'm going over a cattle guard. That's what you feel or see the bumps. But anyway, I can already tell the difference, especially considering it was just lowering springs that were pretty soft before. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do my first kind of driving impression. My front alignment, the lock nuts are seized on the tie rod, inner tie rod, but I have my angle kit and new tie rods. They're actually IS300 2001 inner tie rods coming with the Easy Knuckles angle kit. So I'll replace all those and get that. But rear alignment's actually pretty close. I have 0 degrees of camber, and right now just 0 toe. But just driving down this road, which is fairly smooth. Like I said, huge difference. Really happy with it so far. And they're good for where they're gonna be. Obviously I won't know exactly until I start beating the crap out of it and drifting. But we're getting closer and the car feels good. The spring rate actually doesn't feel that crazy. Also the dampening is matched to it, so that helps a lot. A lot of people don't realize that with the right dampening, heavier spring rates aren't always the worst thing. I do have a feeling I'll probably end up going softer, most likely in the rear later, especially trying to get more grip when I start getting more power. But for the time being and my power goals and getting this car started drifting, I think it's going to be fine. Working on wheels right now, so hopefully I'll have wheels soon. Mainly just me deciding on what I want, kind of looking at a couple different options, but have those on soon. And then I'm working on the motor now, which will be coming up with some new videos of me going through and just doing all the maintenance side of things, water pump, all that stuff. And then the next big thing is the CDO9 conversion and manual conversion for the car and to the motor. So that's a big purchase. None of them are cheap. That'll probably be one of the bigger purchases for the car other than the motor itself. But it's going to be a huge part of it. Obviously having a 6-speed, the gearing's awesome. And I think it'll actually match up with the gearing of the rear end pretty well. But all that's coming. I'm trying really hard to get this done soon if my schedule will allow me. I really want to be drifting, preferably before Black Friday at OSW, which I think is November, obviously, whenever Black Friday is. But Black Friday would be my bare minimum. I'd like to get a couple days in before that. I just want to be there for that. It's such an awesome event. Just a lot of cool people and cool things going on. But anyway, this car is coming along finally. Little things like interior stuff, bucket seat. I also have to do rear or dual e-brake setup and hydro brake handle. So we shall see. But again, driving the car right now, other than my alignment being a little weird, actually feels a little kind of darty. So I think I'm not sure, it almost feels like a little toe out. But the suspension feels really good. Everything feels so much tighter now. All the old bushings that this car had, you could just tell it was tired. The steering rack bushings from Super Pro and Figs definitely help a lot in the steering feel, along with new ball joints and upper arms and bushings, and the Super Pro
lower arm bushings. It's just, it feels way tighter. The rear arms, I can feel the rear, just feels good. So yeah, basically the underside of this car is almost done, almost new. I'll need to do subframe and diff bushings. Once I do the diff, I'm either welding it or getting a two-way. Not the biggest fan of welding, but we'll see. It might come down to a time crunch because that is another big purchase as far as getting like a two-way diff in this. But if I can find one for a good price, then I'll pick it up. But hopefully soon you will see me motor swapping, and that is when this car is just gonna be insane and fun. So anyway, car feels good. Talk to you guys later. So as far as the silvers, coilovers go, I think they're a really good buy. Like I said, they're monotube, they're aggressive, custom spring rates without extra charge. So for the money and the value, kind of unbelievable. They use high grade shock coil, which a lot of the China brands and stuff don't typically do. You're not going to see that as much, but honestly, I think for the money, one of the best coilovers you can buy on the market right now. Super stoked. They're out of Florida, which is rad. Like I said, the turnaround is insane. Doesn't matter where you're at in the country. Their turnaround from order or whatever, even with custom rates, was less than a week. In business days, it was like 4 business days or 3 business days. I don't even remember. But just, I can't say enough that it's a good deal. I really would definitely recommend people go for it and see how they do for you. But anyway, signing out.